And quickly, before we start this video, if you do want to see more specs and more of the highlights of what we talk about, just press pause right at the end of the video. I'm going to have a little bit of information from this brochure as well as the PowerPoints. Just want to throw this in right off the bat. Good morning and welcome back to another video. My name is Austin and I work with Full Line Ag, a farm equipment dealership located here in this beautiful province of Saskatchewan. And welcome back to another video. Today we have a very exciting one. And as you can see in the background, what's playing is this brand new Morris 10 Series tank. I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to talk and narrate as this video goes on, walk you through all the new changes and all the new things that we're going to see on this brand new Morris 10 Series tank. All this video is from the dealer launch. I think it was April 25th in Regina, Saskatchewan. Starting off, we're going to see this new 10 Series tank. It still has the silver or the gray tanks that Morris has been known for. We have nice big rubber. We have the white rims and the red frame. It looks very, very nice, these new 10 Series tanks. Very nice modern decaling, and we can also see now we have black rails going up for our walking path. Coming to the front of this particular one, it is a double chute system. So we have top and bottom pipes coming right down from the metering box. We can see their brand new metering system that is mainly just the new electric motors, so no longer hydraulic motors. We can see all that stainless piping underneath there, and coming up and looking at the metering bodies, it is all stainless steel metering bodies, which is a very nice touch. You're going to get a lot of longevity out of these Morris tanks. We can also see we have 3-point scales on these tanks. That's why these tanks are separated. Each one is not connecting like the last 9 series. And what that means, 3-point scales, is we now have on-the-go cal factors when we are seeding and putting down our product. We can calibrate on the go and put these cal factors in to make sure we're seeding exactly what we want. And now coming to the back of the unit, we can see 2 giant fans. These things are 22-inch diameter fans. They produce a lot of pressure, and we are able to blow that product over the big 80-foot spread of that Morris Quantum. If you are paired up to other brands, we can push that product wherever it needs to go, and no issues on that. Looking closer at these fans, the biggest thing you will see is this air guard system from factory that we can put in. So from factory, we can order an air guard dryer on our fertilizer fan. That way it's pushing nice, clean, dry air into our fertilizer stream, so we can get into the field. We can go a little bit longer when it's a little dewy out there and not worry about plugging or gunking up very much. Now if we come along to the side and we start looking at the conveyor. So we have only 2 options on these 10 Series tanks. We can order one with no conveyor and just the bare tank, and you have to pull your conveyor or auger to the field and load the unit. Or we can get this awesome Conveyor conveyor that is right on the unit. We can fill tanks very rapidly. They are saying about 100+ bushels per minute, which is very fast. We have screens at the bottom of this conveyor, and it is a long conveyor for a tank, which is nice because we eliminate steep angles and is nice gradual for pulling that product up and into the tank. We have now a 10-way remote control for this conveyor. More or less what that's meaning, 10-way positioning, as well as we have 2 speeds And now if we take a little close-up look, this back tank is showing it is a 300 bushel tank on this 660 bushel unit. The number 3 tank is 100 bushels. And then that front tank is 200 bushels. And then we have that optimizer tank right at the very front. We're just looking underneath the unit, looking at those brushless motors. Feel free to pause at any point in this video if you want to see a little bit more. It is going very fast, but it sure is nice. I want you to notice, if you're familiar with previous Morris equipment, the handles, they've changed the handles now, so it's a little bit easier. I know when I've been adjusting things, I feel like I am about to skin my knuckles sometimes. Just little tweaks and little changes to make this that much more refined. While we are just looking at the video, we're going to talk quickly about the 3 different options and offerings as of right now for this tank. So we can get a 660 bushel tank, we can get a 820 bushel tank, and then we can get the 1050 tank. So that is a 1,000 bushel tank with that optimizer tank on it at the front. If you want a brochure, make sure to come into one of the Full Line Ag dealerships, because we have the first batch of brochures and it shows very well everything you need to know from tank sizes to all the new features. Looking up top at this optimizer tank, we can see all the stainless inside. We can see that conveyor reaching right up to the optimizer tank. Lights all over the place on this unit. And what is very nice on these tanks is it's still the steep angles that allowing all the product to maximize and easily flow into the bottom of our metering box. But they've also changed it slightly so the tops aren't as pointed and aren't as high. We have now a lower sitting unit. It looks a lot more sleek. Honestly, it looks a lot more like the other tanks that are out there for height wise. It is longer, lower, and just a good looking tank. We have big lids, and within these lids now, contrary to what the previous Morrises are, we have now gone away from having the screens in the top of the lids. We have that really fine screen at the bottom of the conveyor.
ICT cart, right? There's a handle on the other side. You just adjust the clearance between here and the metering wheel. So you're never pulling out a cartridge and changing them. Like, you have to do that with flex coil and battery style. CNH stuff, you have to change this one.
So what Brian was just saying there, he was talking about the metering, and we have one metering wheel for all the crops. We now just adjust that seed plate and how far it is away from that metering wheel for our different products. Very nice, very easy to change products. For shutoffs, everything is just way simpler doing it that way on these new 10 series tanks. Looking again at the front of this unit, I want you to really focus on how clean those pipes are. You have stainless pipes now coming off the hitch of your tank or of your cart. It is just very, very clean. Looking now at some chaos of a lot of people checking out this new unit. There is that big conveyor going up. It's actually feeding that optimizer tank, because I believe this is an oil seed series conveyor, which means you can put your canola bags right in there and shoot them up into your optimizer tank. Underneath, we have lights all over the place. Just very nice and clean looking. I really like how these Morrises have individual pipes right off the metering body going straight out to your metering fingers, or how it gets right down to your actual shank. Just very efficient, and that's kind of what Morris has been known for. We're now going to look a little bit more at the back. These are big carts. We can see that there is actually a brake booster on the back of these carts. That brake booster is allowing us to have brakes on this cart when we're going down the road, because when you're fully loaded up, there can be a lot of weight, and this allows us to actually be able to apply brakes to our tank, which is just a nice little feature. And look at the size of that rotor. Wow. Now here is a small little refinement. If you look at right there, what Tim is holding with his fingers, that is actually a line coming off our fan motor. So say something happens and all of our oil now, what I'm trying to say is all of our oil now, it's not gonna blow into our fan and all over the place. If we blow a seal or blow something, all that oil is now just gonna go through that little hose and blow right onto the ground. A little less of a mess, and just trying to really refine the painstaking things that can sometimes happen when we're seating. And now this is the bread and butter. This is showing our new hallmark of the Morris air carts. It's our fluted metering wheels. Now on our optimizer tanks, we have a dual fluted metering wheel setup. It's a bit of a tongueful and a mouthful, but what that means is now it's dual fluted. We can get our products into our airstream a lot lower of pounds per acre. They are claiming around that 1 to 50 pounds per acre out of our optimizer tanks, and then in our larger tanks we're able to get from 20 pounds to 300 pounds per acre into our airstream. So very, very nice little upgrade. But that is pretty much it for today's video. There is so much on this that I can't even begin to explain. If you are interested in a brand new 10 series tank for next year, let's start the conversation. Right now I'm going to quickly pop onto the screen a quick picture of that 1050 tank on an 80-foot Morris Quantum toolbar, which is a picture actually I got sent to me just over a year ago when they were prototyping these even more, and it is just a cool picture that brings me back to the first time I ever set eyes on one of these 10 series tanks. But that is going to be it for today's video. There was lots of talking. I had to kind of keep fast at it because there was so much to talk about, and I took less video than I originally thought. But if you have any questions about this new Morris 10 series tank, reach out to us at Full Line Ag. We'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Come in for a coffee. Let's take a look at this brochure, and we can even maybe go for a little bit of a tour and go find some out in the field right near us. Anyways, thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video. Happy seeding.